Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're doing another Worst Whiskey Wednesdays video. So today is going to be about my worst bourbons over $80. And I reviewed 3 of these throughout the year on the channel. One of these, actually 2 of these pretty early on, one of my few first episodes. One, I don't think I ever reviewed on the channel. Pretty sure no. But I had it last year, probably last year. And I remember not liking it so much. So I'm just curious on how it does today. So, well, first, let's do a giveaway for something that's actually good. Okay, so this is going to be for the top 4 July video, which is, pretty good stuff. So we'll see who wins. Crafty in ICT. Pretty sure you have not won yet. My email's in the description. Email me, I'll get you those samples out. So congratulations. So now let's talk about the bad whiskeys. So just grabbing whatever's closest. And so I'm actually surprised when I went to go look at the worst scoring whiskeys on my spreadsheet in the description. I was surprised that this was a 2 or below. So this is a Penelope 9-year, and this is a private select. It's 101.2 proof. And I remember liking the 10-year-old a lot. So I was shocked that this one did so poorly. So I have to taste it, right? So that's definitely one that I'm surprised was on the list. So this is the one that I was talking about I didn't review yet. This is the Jack Daniel's Sinatra. This is like $170. At least that's what I paid for. I remember getting this at the airport. But now I see them in America. They're not airport exclusive anymore. And some places I see a little bit cheaper than that. But I remember not liking it. And I'm trying to figure out if I didn't like it because of the price point or if I just didn't like it. I think it's a combination of both. So we'll figure it out today. And then we got another Penelope. Now this is not a Penelope bashing episode, but it's just I was shocked that this was on there. This one I was very excited to get and then very disappointed in it. So, I've been to Havana twice, so I was very excited to get a bottle set Havana on it. That's a whiskey. If I remember correctly, this is the one that's super raw bread doughy with honey on it. Pretty sure. I haven't had it in a few months. I know I reviewed it on the channel. I'm pretty sure I did not like, well, I know I didn't like it because of the score, but I also had my Whiskey Cigar Club and didn't like it there. Now it was kind of a mixed bag of some people liking it, some people didn't like it, but now this one was from one of my first episodes, just like this Penelope 9-year. This is the Smoke Wagon Rare and Limited Straight Whiskey Triple Sevens. Now, when I went to look at the pricing, because I want to make sure everything was above $80, I think the Havana is actually is almost $80, but it goes to secondary for a lot higher. I think the Penelope 9-year is around 80 to 100. I'll return the price Sinatra. The Triple Sevens, they were selling this thing for hundreds of dollars, and I'm pretty sure it was $99 when I bought it. So it does say it's only 1,600 bottles. This is bottle 1,445 out of 1,600. But I remember not liking this. Now we'll see, because I probably had it only twice. I'm sure I had it at Whiskey Cigar Club. So it's called Triple Sevens because there's 3 7-year mash bills in here. We'll see if this does any better today. I am hoping, this one, we'll see. I'm hoping this is a lot better. I'm hoping all of these are better. That's the whole point of this series, is to try them again and hope that they're better. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. So let's get into it. All right, so let's get into the nose on A. I almost said B. Okay, some banana peanut butter right away. It jumps out of the glass. A little bit more peanuts, not just peanut butter, and some red fruit. Solid nose. I feel like I said this on every episode. The noses have been pretty good. It's just as soon as we get to the palates. Okay, let's go to B. Right, so this is a lot of red fruit, like that red waxy chapstick note, red Jolly Rancher. It's a lot of red stuff. There is some funky oak, wood note. All right, so let's go to C. It's a lighter nose. It's not jumping out of the glass like the first two. The faint notes I am getting are good. They're not bad. It's not very strong. I put my whole nose in there. Let's go to D, and then I'll go back to C. Well, I think I know what this one is. It's honey and bread, which makes me immediately think of the Havana. It's light though. It's very sweet honey, but not like in your face. Like, let me go back to A. Like, man, A is in your face. Like, you can pick up those notes. B is the same. Yeah, it's honey and bread. Not a bad bread, because if that is the Havana, pretty sure. Last time, I don't remember if it was a palate or nose, but it was like bread dough. And this is more like kind of cooked bread. Actually, it reminds me, there's a restaurant around here. They give you this like loaf of bread, like about this size, with like honey glaze on it. Delicious. Place closed down. Boo. Yeah, I'm still not getting stuff on C. This is nuts. Let's go to the palates. So A on the palates. All right, so A on the palate. It was okay. It was nothing really too bad about it. The flavors just weren't the best, I guess. So watery banana, which is not my favorite banana note. It was sweet. Some peanut butter. Marzipan, which I know Fred Minnick is that's like his whole thing, marzipan. I don't think I've actually gotten that note before, but it was definitely there, which is interesting to me. On the finish, it was some nuttiness, marzipan-y, but it was short. And like the lingering note, like what's on your tongue afterwards, like a watery oak. But first sip of the day, so let's see. The finish is so short, it's crazy. So the only new note I got this time was a little bit of stringent oak on the palate. Again, these are my worst whiskeys, so I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst. So not too good. Try one more time. More of the same. I did get a little cherry chapstick this time, but it's very banana forward, watery. It's thin. You know, I'm going to assume this is Jack Daniel's because of the banana note, and it is the lowest proof. So I'm sure it's just watered down too much. I'm sure this would actually be a lot better if it was higher proof. We all know Jack Daniel's has some killer bottles at the higher proof of points. So it kind of just made me think, does Jack Daniel's have something that's bad at a higher proof? Anyone know? Write in the comments, because all the stuff that I know that I like from Jack Daniel's are higher proof, but I don't know, I can't think of anything that's higher proof that I don't like from Jack Daniel's. Anyways, let's go to B. Okay, so this is a red fruit bomb. Like, it is very intense. You name a red fruit, it was probably in there. I wrote like strawberry, berries, just naming stuff. Very intense, very red fruit direction. Very candy sweet, like the red Jolly Rancher direction. It was very red. The finish though, one, they almost fell off a cliff. Very short, and I got a slight Windex note, so didn't finish the best. And it wasn't to me very complex at all. It was just so much of like one thing basically. But we'll see. Second sip. Well, I could definitely say that this is gonna score probably higher than a 2. It's pretty good. But it's again, it's the same thing. It's so much red fruit intensity, very sweet. The finish, again, slight Windex. It's not like too much. It is short. We got a little bit more vanilla note this time though on the finish. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna score like a 3. So that's good. That's what we want to see. Yeah, nothing new. It's not complex. Like thinking in my head, it's like maybe I'll 2.75. It's still going to score a lot higher than it currently is, whatever it is, because all these are 2 or lower. Let's go C. Let's see if I get a nose on C. No. That is unbelievable. Well, I don't know what I said about this before, but today, boring. Never said that before. Hey, proof spice, finish short. This is such a lackluster pour. Now, in my head, I think this is Jack Daniels. I think this is a Havana. So this is the Triple Sevens and the Penelope, or vice versa. So these two I don't know, right? But these two I kind of have an idea. Which one would I be more excited to be better? I guess the Triple Sevens, just because it's a little bit rarer. But so I'm guessing this is the Triple Sevens. The proof is close enough. Like it's only 7 proof off. So this one drinks hotter. But man, I was like literally trying to get notes, and I was just like, man, it just tastes like nothingness. And I got a little hay, and I was like, okay, anything else? It's like, oh, it's getting proofy. Man. So I got some red fruit and oak on that time. Again, it's everything's just like muted. It's not, there's no intense flavors. The finish is still short, like just disappears. There's really nothing bad about it though. I'll say that. I'm not getting much out of it. And all of these are above $80, so you're gonna want something out of your $80+ whiskeys. And if this is the 777, which when I looked online was hundreds of dollars, I don't know. Now if it's the Penelope, I don't think the Penelope 9 has a secondary market on it, and it's like around MSRP. I think they're right around the same price. And at the time I got some cherry chapstick on the palate and some sweetness on the finish. Finally got something on the finish. But still, again, that cherry chapstick note is light. And again, nothing wrong with it. Everything's just low, like muted. I should say like a low volume. Let's go to D. All right. I would bet my house that this has to be the Havana. And I will say, it was much better than I remember it being. So I remember not liking it at all because of that bread doughy note. It was very strong last time. Now it's ultra sweet. So I wrote ultra sweet. It is honey. It is bread. It reminds me of that bread from that restaurant so much, which I loved. But it is very sweet. Finishes rum, honey, maple syrup. I don't know if it's because that's what the stuff it's finished in. It's just like now in my head, but it's just so much sweetness. But it's not terrible. So I'm gonna try this one more time, or 2 more times, I guess. That second sip wasn't that good. Damn it. So I don't know if it was just coming off of C that it was pretty tasty to me. But this time it was a much grainier on the palate, and the finish was short. If there's a theme here, every finish is short today. And like the sweetness on the finish is like artificially sweet, like artificial sugar. Man, why couldn't it just be good? I figured out what the artificial sweetness was. Cheap rum. And now it is rum finished. I don't know what rums they're using. Well, rum barrels, but kind of reminds me of like a cheap rum that you go like the Caribbean or Florida or something, put in like a cocktail. All right, so that's 3 sips of each one of these. It's not as bad as the under 80 episode. I remember going through some of those. I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. These are all drinkable. None of these are drain pours like that bottle from the other day. That the bottle will not be named on this channel ever again. It's just like trying with Baby Hudson or Willett Pottsville. So I'll pause it here. I'll go back and forth with these. I'll get some scores, any new notes, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back and I got some scores. Not a lot of new notes, but some scores. So let's do a giveaway. I'm gonna knock that right out of the gate. So if you want to win 2-ounce samples of all 4 of these, and remember, people chase this bottle. People apparently are paying a lot more money than this bottle deserves. And you probably haven't seen this. This is expensive. So, you know, maybe you guys like it. So I've been doing like 3 winners for all these Worst Whiskey Wednesdays to get this stuff out of here. Maybe I'll do it for this, maybe I won't. We'll see. But enter if you want to try this stuff. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with the hashtag over 80. Hashtag over 80. Okay, so let's get into this. So in last place is the JD Sinatra. I circled watery banana because that's basically what this is. This is watery bananas. And I remember not liking it before. I know one of my friends, Steve, he loves it. I actually got it for him from the airport because he had it at Jack Daniels. It's not my cup of tea, but not terrible. Okay, so now let's get into third place, and that's the Penelope Havana. And that cheap rum note is really what's the problem with this on the finish. I didn't get, the reason I didn't like it before isn't the reason I don't like it today. It's a different reason. So it is what it is. I'm disappointed that's not that good. I was hoping better, but it definitely probably scored higher. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, then it came down to the 2 middle ones, which I figured it would be. In second place is the Triple Sevens. So this crazy bottle is, I scored a 2.25, no new notes. It just wasn't, I don't know. I'm sure that for sure the 2.25 is a higher score than I gave it before. Nothing bad about it. It just, for me, very light and kind of like boring. You know what I mean? I don't know. So the Penelope 9-year private select 101.2 proof is today's winner from the losers. I scored a 2.75, so that's a, you know, right below average score. But when you're talking about some of my worst whiskeys, that's not too bad. I'm sure I got other ones scored underneath that, so I'm happy it did better today than when I reviewed it earlier, and that's why I was, you know, doing this series. Oh, I got cherry on the finish, but this is the red fruit bomb anyway, so it was bound to be on the finish somewhere. So let me know if you have any of these. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had maybe this one for sure. Maybe all of them. Let me know. Don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.